Hi everyone, Jeff here from the Muck Crops Research Station. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to head down to Fresno, California last week for FIRA USA 2022. I wanted to share some of the footage I recorded of all the new ag robots coming to the scene, as well as other pieces of autonomous ag technology. I think we'll start slow with the products that build on current practices, and then move on to the really cool new innovative stuff, the laser readers and whatnot. Anyways, let's get started. To start, we have this autonomous kit from Blue White, which allows you to turn any tractor into a self-driving one. With various sensors and a motor on the steering column, this vehicle-agnostic kit can be installed on anything from a lawnmower to a bus. Created by 3 Air Force veterans in Tel Aviv, this system is best used in a fleet setup where a single operator can control 6 to 8 tractors by themselves. The kit allows for operations like spraying and data collection and is constantly being updated. But maybe you want a whole new electric tractor altogether, in which case you can look at the Monarch or the Amos, both electric autonomous tractors. For $18,000 US, the Monarch can be driven like a normal tractor or set to go solo through the fields. The low price point for this tractor is achieved by focusing on cheaper camera technology rather than more expensive LiDAR systems. The company feels that the cameras are more than enough as the tractor moves fairly slowly through the fields and will have ample time to react to any obstacles. If you want to do away with the cab altogether though, the Amos might be what you want. Amos stands for Autonomous Modular Omni-Scalable. By doing away with the driver, Amos aims to reduce labor, workplace accidents, and pesticide exposure while increasing efficiency by being able to work at full capacity for 8 hours at a time. The Amos is driven by an electric motor on each side of the tractor and then has one designated to the PTO. These electric tractors are also small enough to be trailered around. Other units that can increase efficiency of current practices are the Burrow and the Amiga. For $20,000 US, the Burrow is essentially a cart which can use vision, GPS, and AI to navigate autonomously while avoiding obstacles. The robot features what the company calls pop-up autonomy and showed how incredibly easy it is to set routes, timers, and even have the robot follow people around. The Burrow can be used in a variety of settings, but currently is seeing the most use in the table grape industry, carrying grapes picked by employees to the end of the row rather than employees running the grapes themselves. The company says this increases efficiency by 20 to 30%, and they want to continue upgrading the platform, adding scouting capabilities and eventually the ability for the robot to pick the crops itself. The Amiga by FarmMG is an extremely compact electric tractor that's super easy to modify for whatever you need, whether it be a harvest aid, mower, seeder, spreader, cultivator, or more. This robot starts at $13,000 US for the base, and then you can buy add-ons like a 3-point lift kit for another $2,000, and the company plans on developing more and more add-ons to meet the needs of consumers, including a sprayer coming out soon. The beauty of this system is that it's not exclusive to large operations, and might be a prime choice for smaller producers. Speaking of small farms, many of us have seen the Nio Oz, a small farming assistant mainly used for market gardeners to help out with arduous tasks. The Oz was on display again, but Nio also brought out 2 of their other robots. One of those was the Ted, a robot dedicated to vineyards. We got to see the Ted in action, and from what we saw and heard, it seems to be especially effective at mechanical weeding, although it's got some competition, like the Vidibot from Bacchus, an extremely similar design also out of France. The Vidibot also comes with a host of tools, including the potential to add a spraying unit. There were a few dedicated spray robots on site too, like the Robotics Plus UGV, or Unmanned Ground Vehicle. This robot out of New Zealand is being used to spray currently, but again has modular architecture that should allow for multiple tools to be added and swapped on going forward. Then there's the Gus and Mini Gus, which are purely designed to spray. While the robot isn't flexible in its use scenarios, it's allowed the company to optimize the platform to be really good at what it can do, which is spraying. The software allows one operator to control 8 units at a time, and the unit can sense trees and spray precise amounts to reduce material costs and drift. Another neat feature the company has is a special safety vest, which the robot can easily sense even through thick canopies to shut down when an employee is near. Jumping back to Nio now, this is the first time I got to see the Oreo, which we're hoping to work with in the near future. The Oreo is an electric robot, armed with a camera and high-precision GPS to allow it to carry along various weeding tools, and possibly more in the future. I had seen videos of the Oreo mounted with a few different cultivators before, but at FIRA it had something new, an in-row weeding tool by Kult, which could detect and avoid the crop using a camera and focus on getting the weeds. The Kult units can be installed on various platforms, like the Agrointelli Roboti, and also showed off a unit that can be pulled behind a tractor. Unfortunately, the trial had been watered shortly before the demonstration, which may have reduced the efficacy of the implement. Stout was also there with their smart cultivator, a very similar system that also seemed extremely effective. In one of the lightning talks earlier in the week, Dr. Steve Fenimore from UC Davis shared that in their trials the Stout had reduced hand weeding by 60 to 62% and resulted in 89 to 99% weed control. His team had also found a significant reduction in weeds thanks to another unit too, the Farmwise Titan FT35. This unit is again similar, but at the field day it was being pulled by an autonomous carriage as well. The Titan is easy to adjust and sells their product as a service, charging growers per acre to use their weeding robot. Another autonomous, self-driven weeding robot most of us will recognize is La Chèvre, or the Goat, from Nexus Robotics. Featuring new racing stripes installed the morning of the show, the Nexus uses robotic arms and grippers to pull weeds and has been getting some runtime in lettuce fields and Salinas. There was another unit there which looked similar to the Nexus, but featured a very different method of killing the weeds: lasers. Carbon Robotics had brought down their demo unit to let all of us experience the thrill of weeds erupting, sizzling, smoking, and leaving only small pieces of burnt glass behind on the sandy soil. This robot pulses lights that are 4 times brighter than the sun for just 1 millisecond in every 10, allowing it to clearly see what it's doing regardless of time of day. The unit here isn't actually for sale, as the company is currently focusing on catering to larger operations, so instead they're selling a giant unit, 20 feet wide with 30 lasers on board. There were some similar designs to the Carbon Robotics new implement, although instead of shooting lasers, some of them could spray herbicides with extreme precision, like the unit from Eco Robotics, or there's the one from Verdant, which is set up to shoot jets of a non-aerated biological weed control concoction right at the weeds. The company bragged that they could shoot ants with pinpoint precision crawling underneath the implement, but for whatever reason it wasn't operating that day. As you can tell, there are a lot of wild ideas out there, and companies are all borrowing from each other trying to reach market-ready solutions first. These are just a few of the frontrunners I had the opportunity to see, although there are many more out there, and we noted lots of employees from much bigger companies taking note of what these startups are up to. Driving the 3 hours from San Francisco to Fresno was eye-opening to me, as most of our trip was lined with huge agricultural operations on both sides of the highway. While California might seem like the perfect place for these companies to get their foothold in the North American market, the Occupational Safety and Health Standards Board recently rejected a petition from Monarch to allow autonomous tractors, and many within the state worry that they won't be able to use any of the incredible emerging technology. That said, hopefully some of it can find a home here in Ontario. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little robot roundup and have a great day.